Hi, Reese.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're wearing a tuxedo. That's different.
I always wear a tuxedo.
No, you don't. That's I can.
They
I mean,
used
if you think
in
if you
in the early days of BBC, they used to wear like top hat and tails and white gloves to do broadcasts.
so you're bringing this back.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it back. Yeah,
That's smart. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just in like. Well, I'm just in my boxer shorts and like some fuzzy
I
bunny
say in
slippers.
them, they're almost falling off you. I wish you were.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about, and I'm assuming you've heard about this one. We're talking about the Sourtoe Cocktail Club.
I have not heard about this.
Have you ever been to the Yukon?
No.
You've never heard about doing a shot with a toe in it?
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah. No, I've heard about that.
I heard about it too, but I didn't know the story behind it. So do you wanna find out about the story of the toe? Huh?
Yeah. How about you give me your jacket and I'll put it around my waist and then we can get started.
And then I'll burn it when you give it back to me.
That sounds probably smart.
Yay. Let's go.
Let's put the music on.
Super Blanco, let's do polite. The place that's excitement, kryptonite. You may fall asleep with no warning. Because Canada is boring, boring. Cause Canada is boring. Canada is boring. So boring. Canada is so fucking boring. Boring. A real cool podcast with Reese and Jesse.
Hello and welcome to Canada is Boring. My name is Reese Waters, and with me is Jesse the Laser Beam Harley. He tries to down planes in his spare time with a
I haven't got one
high-powered
yet.
laser he bought from Wish.com.
One of these days. That's why it doesn't work. Yeah.
I once bought a laser pointer from Wish.com, and you could pop balloons with it. It was very strong.
Holy shit, serious?
Yeah, and it would actually start to burn paper. It was I don't know how it was manufactured and sent to me safely, but I kept it for a while, and then one day my wife went to me, "Do you really need this dangerous, high-powered laser with the kids around?" I was like, "Probably not," and we threw it out.
Good call.
Yeah. So why are there so many
Fingers-
plane crashes around my house? So it's like
Lasers are stupidly dangerous.
they're very dangerous. But I thought I was going to get a laser pointer because we were doing stargazing, and the idea is you could point it in the direction of the stars. I didn't know it was powerful enough to reach them.
Well, of course it's light.
Yeah.
Flashlight will reach them eventually. Just use a laser pointer to like in boardroom presentations. You get like a whiteboard and you point at it, and the whiteboard bursts into flames.
You're just writing in. It just burns your name into it as you write. So I want to talk to you about Small Talk Dimension Zone.
Small Talk
STD
Dimension Zone. What's going on with you?
STDs are up in your jammy?
God, yeah, just a lot of work. Kind of, I've been wanting to move to Montreal for a while, but the deadline that I gave myself is fast approaching, and I'm not sure if I can. I don't know. It's frightening. Moving by myself is it's a daunting prospect. But I want a better life than the one I have in Halifax, and so I'm going to kind of muster up and do it. What's
You're going to move to Montreal?
Yeah, I mean I've been talking about that for like 3 fucking years now. So who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
I had all kinds of money saved up to do that this past spring, but I spent it all in Italy, and Spain, and Morocco, and Ireland. It was great. It was a wonderful trip, but I came back poor, like broke.
But it was worth it. You can't put a price on experiences.
Totally worth it, man. Oh my god,
Yeah.
It was great. Yeah, it was It was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
I would do it differently next time, but that was a first. Like call that a test run sort of thing. I wouldn't spend so much time in hostels because
No, I never felt. I always felt like it didn't matter how many showers I had. I felt like I still wanted to keep showering.
Yep. And there's that.
There's a dampness to the air.
There's a nice aspect to the people that you meet because you meet a lot of
Yeah,
people.
it's
So
very
like
social.
you're going to a place all by yourself and you know nobody, and you show up and suddenly there's like a half a dozen people who want to talk to you and want to get to know you immediately, and then want to go out and get drinks and have fun. And it's so comforting and welcoming, and that's great. And that's what I really like about hostels. What I don't like about hostels is and this is just because of my age, I got sick of hanging out with 20 and 21-year-olds nonstop every fucking day for 3 months. I craved conversation with someone a little older. And
That's
all they
fair
want to
enough.
do is drink. Like they want to explore the nearby city, which is great, and then they want to get fucking wasted that night. And then you go from city to city, you meet new people, and they want to drink, and so you're just drinking nonstop in these beautiful cities. You're drunk constantly with 20-year-olds in various like Italian and European cities. It's a weird experience. It got fun, and then after a while, it was not fun. I was like, oh god, stop with the booze. Like just so it's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it, and now I
No.
came back and I was like, "Fuck!" I couldn't move to Montreal. I spent all my money, so then I spent the summer like working and trying to save up money again. So
Well, my after we were in Alberta, for a little bit, my kids have come back, and my oldest, he's very good with money. He's 12 years old, and he saved a ridiculous amount of money because he never spends any money.
what's a ridiculous amount of money for a 12-year-old to save up?
What was the most money you ever had when you were 12?
I don't know. I don't know. Like $50, I'm going to say.
He has saved $500.
Holy shit!
And
Holy
that is
shit!
like birthday money, Christmas money. He just does not spend it, and he wants to invest it. That's what he told me.
Oh wow! So, well, let's dive into this a bit. What are you saying to him? Because like a 12-year-old,
I'm
assuming does not.
I actively go, he's better with money than me. It's like,
Well, what is he gonna invest it in? This is fascinating. The poor kid. Let the kid like he should. Like
he's interested in fight. Yeah, we've opened a bank account for him, and he wants
should
to
be spending his money, man. He's 12.
I
He's
know,
fucking. He's He's not.
it's what he did. He did buy a brand new Nike like backpack for school, and he
You
reasonably
guys should be buying him the backpack. He should be buying toys.
I know,
Or
but
video
that's,
games.
that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted, and he wanted to spend his money on it. And he loved the fact that it was only 5% sales tax. And now he is. And now we're back in Nova Scotia with our 15%, and he is gutted. And he doesn't. He's like, I'm just going to save my money till we're in Alberta again. So I'm not paying 10%.
12. He's 12, and he's concerned about sales tax.
Oh no,
This
he's
is
deeply concerned by
hilarious.
sales tax.
This is really funny, man.
So yeah, that's
very funny.
they get him used to the fact that everything's slightly more expensive here.
That's a hilarious kid, man. You can say.
I don't know.
You gonna help him invest?
I don't know I don't know anything about it, but he seems to know what he wants to do, so I'm more than happy to support him.
Open up. Get a bank account. I don't know if you can get a bank account for a 12-year-old. I don't.
Yeah, he's got
know.
a bank account.
I don't know if he can open this up though at 12. I don't know. I think you have to be a certain
you've
age.
got to be 19 to do investments.
Yeah, I was gonna say like just in general,
like a
but like
savings account.
well, there's in Canada there's a tax-free savings account where like it's not. How does it work? The money you put into it, you have to have already paid tax on. However, any money that you make through investments or what have you, GICs, S&P, like stock market, mutual funds, any money you make off of the money you put in the tax-free savings account is tax-free. You if you take it out, you don't pay any tax on it. It's great. So that would be a great place to invest. But he's 12. I don't fucking think he can do that. But
I guess the person at the bank, I said, hey, can we open an investment account for him? He wants to do it. He was like, well, you could open it. He has to be 19, but you could open it.
Yeah, you could do it.
I could just do it, and then it could be. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine.
Open up a tax-free savings account under your name, and then invest his money in the S&P 500.
Sounds like a gun.
It does. What is it called? The Dividend Kings. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. If anyone knows anything about it, if anyone can help
Dividend
a
aristocrats.
12-year-old son get if any listeners know anything about investment and can help my 12-year-old son get started, let me know.
I know a little bit.
CanadianPoliticsBoring@gmail.com. Yeah, Jesse, but you're not rich. I don't want your advice.
That's a good point.
You know a little bit, but not enough.
Not enough. Yeah. We could probably just cut this entire thing out of me talking about that.
Cool. Anyway, do you want to learn about the Sourtoe Cocktail Club?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's kind of gross.
It is, but it's also wonderful.
All right. Yeah.
Sure. So Yukon, everybody's favorite province.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Sparsely populated, beautiful, amazing landscapes. Was it only one seat in the House of Commons because the population is 40,000 people?
Really? 40,000 for all of Yukon?
Yep. They're rattling
cool.
around.
What's the biggest city in Yukon?
Whitehorse.
Yeah,
Whitehorse, the capital. Yeah, which is where I think probably most of the people live. Yeah, 28,000. So yeah, the vast majority of like 3/4 of the people live there.
28,000 lives in Whitehorse. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I'm looking at Whitehorse right now. It doesn't look that big.
I don't know if you know the Fred Trump, Donald Trump's dad, started his property career in Whitehorse. The Whitehorse restaurant on an inn was set up. Was co-founded by Fred Trump. Oh, sorry, grandfather of Donald Trump.
Fred Trump,
grandfather Donald Trump, not father.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So gold rush time. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. So, in the 1920s, the rum-running Lincoln brothers. Now, when I first read this, I thought it was the
rum-running Lincoln brothers.
I thought it was the LinkedIn brothers, like the social website for business people.
Yeah.
In fact, they were running rum and founding a business and career-based social media platform. The Lincoln brothers, Louis and Otto, got caught in a blizzard. Louis was walking and stepped on a patch of ice. It broke and his foot got soaked. And when they got back to the cabin, his foot was frozen solid. So to prevent gangrene, Otto used his axe to chop off Louis' toe.
Jesus.
And then he placed it in a jar.
Hold on. I want to know how they did that without chopping off other toes.
I guess they were experienced axe wielders and they were able to just take a little bit off the top. Also did circumcisions.
Okay.
Gangrenous toes and brisks. That's what their speciality was.
This is an ad break, so please come back. Offering fun things like pillows and cracks, razors, fast food, apps and bear traps. Canada might be boring, but these ads will slap.
Thank you for coming back. Did you buy a pillow or some crack? Maybe you had a quick dump or weed. Well, look who is back. It's Susan Jesse.
So apparently they placed the toe in a jar of alcohol to commemorate the event and then left it there. And then
just what in the where were they?
Just in a remote cabin.
Okay, they just left it soaking in a jar in the cabin. And
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. These guys are badass. I like them.
Fast forward 50 years, in 1973, a man called Captain Dick Stevenson.
Hold on a second. When did this happen? What was the year?
So the original toe severance happened in the 1920s, and in the 70s, in the cabin, Captain Dick Stevenson found the toe in a jar in the cabin.
They hid it?
They just left it there.
They left it, but nobody found it for 40 fucking years?
It's the Yukon, and it's a remote cabin. Plausible.
So, all right. So no one.
I'm not saying this is the truth. This is the legend.
Okay.
So he did what any normal person would do in that situation. When you find a severed limb in a jar, he's like, "We can use this in a drink." So he came up with the idea of the Sourtoe Cocktail Club, an exclusive club with one membership requirement. So what happens is, and here's the here's the rule that they came up with. Is a kind of a little kind of ditty. You can drink it fast, you can drink it slow, but your lips must touch that gnarly toe. So
Yeah.
that's how you join the club. So the recipe for the sourdough cocktail is 1 ounce of alcohol plus 1 dehydrated toe, garnished with courage.
Is this true?
Yeah, it's true. Would you do this?
No.
Why?
No amount of.
Do you think it
No,
sounds fun?
no, it doesn't. Your definition of fun has changed, my friend. There's something wrong with you. Okay, this is.
I'd do it.
Would
I
you
would
do
have
it?
no. I would.
No. Mm-mm.
I would definitely do it.
I don't know if there was a pretty girl watching it, maybe.
Once she's into it, like
That's how I find it. That's the red flag. That's how I find out whether or not my date's in defeat.
exactly.
Take her to this bar.
If they're like, no, don't do it, it's disgusting. We'd have to do that. Let's go somewhere else. And if they go, do it,
She's a keeper.
and like, do it for me, Jesse.
Hold on, let me get a seat so I can get close up and watch.
Exactly.
I'm
We
gonna
film it in
videotape
slow
this.
motion.
Yeah.
So
This can't be real. Like, there's no way
This-
that someone
this is
hasn't like
fair.
swallowed the fucking toe at some point.
this is very well. We'll get to that now. So nowadays, people from all over the world stop by the Yukon to become part of history and to try the toe cocktail. So
Okay.
I found a USA Today example. Jacob Shoot 29 from Perth, Australia, first heard about the cocktail on social media and quickly added it to his travel bucket list. It was just one of those things I had to go do, he said, he did this sourdough earlier this year, and he isn't alone. Shoot says his certificate, which drinkers of the cocktail are gifted after completing the challenge, listed him as the 91,373rd person to drink it.
Jesus. Okay.
So this happens in the downtown hotel in Yukon, in White Horse, I guess. So
The downtown hotel?
it's called the Downtown Hotel. Really original name. I imagine it's uptown. So you pay for the shot of your choice, and then you pay an additional $8 Canadian to one of the tow captains who serve the servers who administer the tow-filled drinks.
Hold on.
And go-
Hold on. Sorry. Say that. I'm trying to find the downtown hotel. I can't seem to find it. The downtown A Coast Hotel. Oh yeah, it's in Dawson City.
Dawson City, sorry.
Okay. The downtown A Coast Hotel. I've seen this in photos.
It looks
Uh,
beautiful.
Amenities: wireless internet, cable TV, wheelchair access, airport shuttle, separate
Seven
toe.
toe. Yeah, exactly. So,
So what do you pay
The
for again? You pay for the,
toe
drink.
captains. The toe. So you buy a shot, and then the toe captains for $8. The servers who administer the toe-filled drinks, and the rules are you must let the toe hit your lips, but no biting, chewing, or putting the toe in your mouth is allowed. And swallowing the toe will land you with a fine of $1,900.
Jesus.
And apparently, just to make sure everything's sanitary, the chief medical officer gave it a clean bill of health. As long as they keep the toes mummified, which they do by keeping them on salt and serving it in a minimum of
Them?
40%.
How many toes do they have now?
Well, they have more than one now. They've kind of got
What?
lots of toes. Yeah,
How'd they get a whole bunch of toes?
I'll get to that now. So as long as they're serving it in 40% alcohol, that keeps everything legal because the toes remain mummified.
Okay. This is amazing.
In 2013, one man swallowed the toe on purpose, and was then chased out of town.
He was chased out of town
That's
like
what
by
he said.
an angry mob.
I think Dawson City. If you're going to get chased out of a town, it would be in Dawson City for eating their toe. So the reason they have multiple toes is that people donate their toes to the hotel when they lose them.
So did he eat the original toe?
I don't know. He had one of the toes. I don't know if it was the original. I don't know if the original one's still going. So they have, as of October 2019, they had 10 different toes in rotation.
People donate them?
Yeah. So one of their toes came from a British Marine who lost it to frostbite during the Yukon Arctic Ultra Marathon last winter. More recently, another man donated a toe that he'd lost to gout. So if somebody loses a toe, they're like, "What do you want to do with your toe?" They're like, "Ship it to the Yukon."
These are
I know
diseased
tourists who
toes, though,
like to
man.
touch it with their lips as they drink it.
This is so gross.
So
I would need
apparently,
several shots before doing that, and then several afterwards.
they said we had one guy swallow one, a couple have been stolen, and after a certain period of time, we retire them. We retire them before they start wearing down.
Oh my god.
He said they normally get about 5 years out of each toe before needing to give it a rest.
Amazing. Amazing. This is But they're still going. Like, they still have toes, and
Oh,
people
yeah, it's
still
a tradition.
donate them.
Yeah. So if any of our listeners lose a toe, now you know what to do with it. Don't make a necklace out of it.
As one does. Yeah.
Yeah. Like some genocidal maniac. Send it to the Yukon. Let a tourist kiss it.
And you would do this. You would
If I was in the Yukon and I was there, and that's what people do when they're there, I would probably do it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what got it in me. Well, this is fascinating.
Yeah. Do you enjoy that story?
I do. I'd like to have an improvised heritage minute of this story.
Okay.
I don't know how or what. Of the the moment in Canadian history, the moment the toe was swallowed. Well, I'll remember.
Okay.
The year was 2013.
The year was 2013.
What's his name?
Dave the weirdo got off the bus, the bright Yukon sunshine in his eyes, warmed his face. He knew he needed a drink, but he was also hungry at the same time. Normally, when you go to a restaurant, your drink and meal was served separately, but he'd heard of this new inventive fusion restaurant that was merging drink and protein into one fast, easy to drink meal. Walking into the downtown hotel in Dawson City, he went to the bar to order his drink and could see other people downing lumps of protein preserved in and he knew that all his dreams were about to come true, and this was the culinary adventure that he'd been dreaming of from watching all those episodes of Anthony Bourdain. He was now the culinary adventurer of his own story. As the toe appeared in front of him, he downed the alcohol and swallowed the toe, immediately feeling the warm alcohol inside and the lump of the mummified toe slowly drag its way down his esophagus. However, he was immediately, rather than being met by the warm faces of the people serving him, assuming that they were pleased that he'd enjoyed his beverage and his meal in one go, he was met with anger and a feeling of deep-seated shame. He'd crossed some cultural line that should never have been crossed in Dawson City. He immediately grabbed his bag to make it for the door, but a mob was already forming. As he sprinted down the street, people started throwing boots, empty cans, rocks at him from windows above. How did they know? How did they know so quickly? He was then run out of town by a mob of 28,000 people, the entire population, including the local officials, and even some children with chainsaws. Dave never went to Dawson City again. How was that?
That was fantastic. I was just thinking the city has like must have like a mass text, like an emergency.
Yeah,
alert on
everyone
your
had an
phone, like-
emergency alert. Toe muncher. Heading down Main Street. Get him.
You say get him?
Get him. Do him in.
That was great. We haven't had an improvised Heritage Minute in a long time. That was
Did you
fun.
miss them?
I did miss them. That was fantastic.
Cool. Well, yeah. So we've been Canadian Politics is Boring, and you've been listening.
Yay! Thanks so much for listening. I'm Jesse. This is Reese. Thanks for sticking us in your ear holes all snug in there just the way you like it. Yeah, come on back next week for more good stuff. Good shit.
Yeah, I'm going to find more stories like that. I like that one.
That was fun. That was really good.
Yeah, if you want to show us your appreciation, leave us a review.
That'd be great.
Join our Patreon, patreon.com/Canada is Boring. Wonderful, wonderful hours and hours of additional entertainment behind the paywall. And we still talk about politics there as well, if you missed that.
That's true. For people who have paid to hear our politics show behind this additional politics episodes, and we've changed the entire format of the show, miraculously, they're still paying.
Yay. So
thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Sweeter than cool than much too polite. A place that's excitement, kryptonite. You may fall asleep with no warning because Canada is boring, boring. Because Canada is boring, boring. Canada is boring, so boring. Canada is so fucking boring, boring, boring. A real cool podcast with Reese and Jesse.